Okay, I think we got it. Good afternoon and welcome to Table Talk on 802 Scoop, live from 802 Scoop, 185 North Main Street in Barrie. Hot, 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 right? We can't say a lot more about it than that. It is absolutely crazy out there. And we have, right, advisories in effect. So make sure you are checking on loved ones, elderly, people that are vulnerable and could maybe use a little bit of respite. Make sure that they have plenty of water, things like that. Just make sure that you are checking on others because they say it's going to, or it is, worse today than it was yesterday.
Right now it says it feels like 90.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it feels way hotter than that to me. My phone says it's 91 and feels like 96. So it depends on where you are, what you're doing. I mean, we're obviously in the same spot, but who knows when it picked that up, where I was when it picked that up. And because I've been running all over this morning, but definitely hot. And
very high humidity.
Yes. And people say, don't complain, we waited all winter for this. And, all winter you said it's cold, the winter's too long, but this is just insane. Yeah. This is absolutely insane, for sure.
See, like a gradual increase, it might be 55 one day and then it's 70, 65, 70.
Yes.
That's jump up that high.
And that quick. Yeah, it's a lot, for sure, all at once. So we know the pool's open, the Barrie City Pool's open. Yep. The free day was yesterday. Yes. I don't believe I've seen any posts today that say otherwise. I've looked on the city Facebook page, at least I did this morning, and I didn't see anything there.
I haven't seen anything, and I checked earlier.
Yeah, so, and the cemeteries, keep those flowers watered because, boy, they're taking it hard. I was up there yesterday and really saw a lot of wilting and a lot of stuff going on. I watered my mom's and my brother's and then did a few others that were around that were looking a little peckish.
There's people there that they used to sell this flower fund. Mm-hmm. When you bought your lot, it was like an extra $2,500. Mm-hmm. And they would plant and maintain the flowers, the city would. Oh. For your lifetime. Mm-hmm. They stopped that years ago because it was ridiculous. The city couldn't afford to, because you could only use the interest money from that fund. It was set up like a trust fund. So over the years, those $2,500 that people put in wasn't making much money.
Right.
And so they stopped doing it, but they still honor those that had bought them over the years. Then this year, they didn't hire as many people for summer help this year, budgetary moves. Mm-hmm. So there's really no one right now, enough staff to go around and water the flowers and weed the flower beds. So I was up there yesterday too.
It's a lot of work.
I had a service to go to yesterday. Man, it was hotter than Dickens up there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It was. There, and like I said, I had gone up to Wilson as well for my brother, and it's hot.
Oh,
for sure. So if you have that stuff up at the cemeteries, make sure that you pop in, and because it's not, somebody isn't there doing it. Like I
Right.
said, I did a few of them that were right around my mom's stone. I put some water on those as well, just because. But yeah. Mike says check our mics. They're showing that they're registering. Mine definitely. I'm getting into the red according to the screen. So I don't know, Michael. Who knows? Is anybody else listening? And if you are, do you have a problem hearing us?
Maybe it's another thing.
Huh? Yeah. Maybe I should check it.
Yeah.
Right, it. It's just a day packed full of issues, I guess. When we first came in, I didn't have camera and tried to get that working, and Michael helped me tech through that, but not sure. So outside of the weather, what else is happening?
Oh, let's see. So the Little League thing, the tournament starts July, was it the 3rd, I think?
Mm-hmm.
They have another practice game scrimmage tonight up at Bond at 6 o'clock. I think they're playing Randolph in that. So they've played 3 scrimmages already, getting ready for the districts. So the districts will be held here in Barry.
Mm-hmm.
They'll use Bond Field and Barrytown School Field. And that, like I said, starts I think July 3rd. But warm night to be playing ball.
Yes, it is. And I saw that some games had, and different practices, even some businesses that have their crews out working have canceled for today.
Yeah.
I did see some of that happening where, in some day camps where they were concerned with the safety. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. I mean, there's still more that could cancel. Glenn, can you hear us okay? Just we'll make sure that it's not just Michael who needs to clean out his ears a little bit. He could have got a bug in there from bike riding. Could have got a bug in one of his ears.
When he was on his tricycle.
When he was on his tricycle. It could have happened, you never know. Flew in there. Tomorrow night, concerts in the park, and it's supposed to be a much better night, too, as far as temperatures and weathers goes and all of that stuff. And as I've been telling people for a little more than a week now, we are sponsoring tomorrow night's concert, and that is Seth and Sophie. So they'll be in the park, and we'll be in the park, and hopefully some of our crew can be in the park. I know the girls will be live during that time, but yeah.
They'll be here or at the park?
They'll be here
Yeah.
live, doing their show at the time. But they're gonna scoot up after if it's not done already. So, but the rest of us will be up there, and I'm excited to. I listened to them on Saturday. I've heard them many times anyway up at the Den, but they were here over at the block party for Emsley's, and playing out there on the side street for the mural reveal, which was absolutely beautiful. Have you seen it yet?
No, I haven't. I'll have to take a swing down there.
You have to take a check. To go over there and check it out. It's really pretty. Mackenzie from Morning Glory Artistry did it. It's this big, beautiful butterfly made of flowers. It's absolutely gorgeous. And there's a little platform so you can stand there and you can be the body of the butterfly with the wings behind you. And then they planted some really nice flowers and put some mulch in there on the side. And it's a cute little side street anyways. And hopefully everything stays well. And yeah, I really hope that people are respectful of that.
I mean, as far as I know, no one's ever messed with the mural over on Summer Street on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big concern when, I think it was the Rotary was involved with having that painted on there. And
Mm-hmm.
that was a big concern about vandalism, but
Yeah.
as far as I know, it hasn't been.
Well, I hope that's the case. I hope that that's what happens here as well, because it's really pretty. And And the art walk event that happened throughout the city on Saturday, they had every place that participated had chalk. You could draw chalk art on the
Yeah.
sidewalks, and all kinds of different things were going on in different businesses where different artisans and artists, I guess, artists were in businesses kind of showing off their stuff. And Mackenzie happened to show off her stuff with the big mural at
Nice.
Emsley's. So, yeah, it was a good event, and all kinds of that kind of stuff starting to happen here downtown, like gearing up for summer, right?
There's a thing tonight too at Nelson's.
Yes, I believe for the Vermont Coyotes.
No, this is like a mural type thing that they were individual portraits. The woman brought it to the council
Oh, yes.
last week.
I did see that, and that's going to be at Nelson's.
And it's at Nelson's at 4 o'clock, and it's gonna be at Nelson's until, I think, October, when it moves to its designated place at the State House.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Nice. And I did see some portraits of some different people. Interesting. I'd like to go see some more. I wonder how the artists pick and chose who
I don't
she or he, I'm not sure. You said she brought them to the
Yes.
council.
yes.
I wonder how she picked who she was going to
Should
paint.
have brought my little invitation card.
Yeah, but I'm curious to know that. And then the Wing Walk, yes, this weekend. There's a few different businesses participating locally. Cornerstone, the Quarry, Summer Street Tavern, Gusto's, of course, and Tasty Bites. So there's a wing walk where you can go eat wings
Yeah.
for as many as you want, and you vote on who you think
Has the best
were the
place?
best. Yes,
Ah,
and ladder one as well.
Nice.
So super cool.
Fill up on
Do you have
wings.
do you have favorite yet? Do you have a place that you go and get wings,
No,
or are you
I-
not really a wing guy?
I get wings once in a while, but I don't have a favorite place. I just like wings, you know?
So I've always had a favorite place for wings.
Yeah,
And then it went away.
it went away.
Yes,
The place, or they just
the
stopped doing
place,
wings?
the place. Because the Grand Union, as far as I'm concerned, always had the best chicken wings ever.
The Grand Union?
The Grand Union, I'm not kidding. And so the Grand Union in Hardwick, which is now called
Tops.
and the one in Northfield still make them. And so if you want to go out on an afternoon ride or a Sunday drive, and you want to go up over Stainer Mountain, for instance,
Yeah.
you could stop and get wings at Tops and Hardwick first, and then go on your ride and have lunch while you're riding.
Well,
Yeah,
well,
but locally we have some pretty amazing ones
I
as
just
well.
went by that Tops Sunday.
Yeah, locally we really do. We have some amazing wings, and it's hard to choose which one are your favorites.
Yeah, I went over that way Sunday. My older son Justin lives over in Hyde Park. And
Yeah.
then we took a cruise up to Lowell and went to Cajuns.
Yeah.
Have you been to Cajuns?
No, but you talked about that, and I told you my niece and nephew that's their favorite place, so I need to try it
Oh God, we'll take a road trip.
because you say it's amazing.
They have Cajun food. They had right on the menu alligator and
Have you tried any of that?
no.
No. So
No.
you're still sticking. You're the Vermont
Actually,
hamburger hot dog guy.
So
Steak.
yesterday I had shrimp dinner.
Oh, there you go.
Fried shrimp with fries and
Now,
coleslaw.
Cajun means it's super spicy, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah.
I don't do the whole super spicy stuff.
Justin had deep fried catfish.
I love
And he
catfish.
said it was very good.
I make that myself.
Yeah?
Yes, but it's not super spicy. But I love catfish. Yeah, good
It's
stuff.
It's a pretty cool place. It's right on, I think it's 14 or 100, but it's right on the four-wheeler trail too. Mm-hmm. And they're packed. They come out of the woods.
Now, is it kind of, is it an actual go in, sit down, eat?
There's a
or
small section.
do you
that
order
they
at the
tables.
window?
Yeah, you order at a window. Mm-hmm. Then they do have a small dining section on one side of it, and then picnic tables outside.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, interesting. I'll have to try. That would be good. And the wings are $1 a piece for the wing walk. So, and we've been talking about that a little bit as well. Also, Friday is Veggie Van Gogh. I know that's something that people really wait for. They look forward to. That is this Friday. I posted the information about that on the page. Starts at 9, goes to 10:30. Just literally, it's a drive-through thing. But this time, when they posted the information, there's also a survey that they would like people to take. So when you see that ad for the Veggie Van Gogh this week, please read through the whole thing and click the link, take the survey. As we know, there are all kinds of things that are disappearing here and there. And so I didn't read through the entire survey, but we know that it's important, and so that they're asking that people please take that survey. So if you can take a moment and do that, that would be awesome. It's a great service that they provide for sure.
Yeah,
So
I told you before
check it
when I
out.
was working up there. You know, they'd start lining up. I don't know, 8 o'clock in the morning, and it'd be nothing to see probably 300 plus cars in line up there waiting to get something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very well run though. They get them in and out of there.
Yes, they do. They do, for sure. And so check it out, and please check out the survey as well. And it'll only take a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so now, so that I don't have a complete anxiety attack meltdown, I'm going to give you a heart attack here because I have to talk about this morning. So I have to talk about it. So I posted, and I thought that I've always been very clear about some things, but I post everything. I post CNN, I post WCAX, CBS, ABC, NBC, and yes, Fox, right? I have to post stuff for everyone. And for me, literally, my reasoning for posting had so much more to do with stuff that happened on live TV. Mm-hmm. And so for a lot of people don't know, like when Michael first started doing his show, Barry Beat, and he and Rich Morey were in here, and you know, the idea was that they were going to pre-record it, they were going to edit it, and then they were going to put it up there, and that's a lot of friggin' work. Mm-hmm. It's a ton of work. And so that's how they started out. They were here, things weren't going right. They, you know, Michael was getting irritated, Rich was getting irritated, and finally, Michael said, fuck it, go live. And he did. And it's always been live ever since, right? And that's how we do stuff here. We do it live. Yeah. Whatever happens, happens. Well, this morning, in frustration, President Trump got pissed off while being interviewed and said, you know, they don't know what the fuck they're doing, or something to that effect. And I posted it. Now, we all know that video is probably going to disappear because you can't have that on TV. It's either going to disappear altogether, or they're going to be bleeping it out. They're going to, and we all know I'm not a prude. I mean, that word, I'm not like overly offended that he said fuck on air. Who cares to me? You know, that's really not a big deal. But some people are like, oh, you know, God forbid. So for me, it literally was that I was going to save that. I was saving that because I knew it would disappear. And it did. It didn't take long, and it was gone. But so my brother-in-law, my sister and brother-in-law were watching and listening to the news this morning, and he was like, holy shit, what did he just say, kind of thing. And he DVR, rewound, and he listened to it, then he listened to it again. And I was talking to my sister on the phone, and she told me, what was going on. And I said, record it. Take it, could take your phone and record it on the TV. And she did, and I posted it. And there are people that are so pissed off. Like, literally, I'm going to unfollow you. You need to take that down right now. This, that. You know what? If that's really what you need to do, then please do it. Then do it. Because I refuse to, like, why say screw my rights so that I can respect yours? How about we just all be respectful of each other?
Yeah.
And some people are shouting from the rooftops, rah, 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 go Trump, and some people are not. Mm-hmm. And so everybody has the right to comment on that, feel the way they feel about it, share what they want to share about it. Everyone does, including me. Just because, I have this platform, and you can follow or not. It's totally up to you whether you follow or not. And that's okay too. You don't have to agree with every single thing that I put on there. But when I put something that you agree with and someone else does, and they tell me, remove it or I'm going to unfollow you, I'm going to tell them the same thing. Mm-hmm. I'm going to tell them to kiss my ass as well. That no, I'm not going to. I'm sorry. There are a lot of people that are okay with what I posted, and there are a lot of people that aren't. I am fine with staying in the middle. Like I literally posted it because I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
I did. I just did. I thought it was funny that everyone in sports people have done it. Race car drivers have done it. Football players. Wasn't it Poppy that said,
"This is our
fucking city," And that video went viral.
Oh yeah.
And it only went viral because let's face it, because he said fucking on live TV, and everybody couldn't believe he did it.
Yeah.
Because that's a no-no, right? And I mean, yes, it was great. And, now the videos you see, it just says, this is our city.
Yeah.
They totally have bleeped out, this is our fucking city. And it's not, and that's not the same. It's not the same anymore.
No.
And so, but I just refuse to say, I refuse to say I'm going to disrespect somebody else so that I can respect you. Mm. If you can't have respect enough for somebody else's opinion, that's your problem, not mine.
Right.
And I'm done with that. I'm done with that. So
I caught it this morning too before it got cut out.
Yeah.
And I was laughing like hell when I heard it.
Yeah, because it was like, oh my God, did I really just hear that? Yes, you did.
You could see it building up. He was getting pissed.
Yeah, you could see it building up. He was getting very angry at the situation. And, they agreed to a ceasefire. They reneged on the ceasefire. I believe that shots were even fired at the U.S. Military, their bases in Iran, I believe. That happened,
Yeah.
or maybe Israel, one or the other. I believe that shots were fired at U.S. bases, and he's pissed, and I don't blame him for being pissed. Right. And he was obviously getting on the helicopter, going to go do whatever it is that the president does. I don't frickin' know. And he was annoyed. And it was early in the morning, damn it.
Yeah.
And he'd probably been up since God knows when, because when was it early in the morning in Iran and Israel, right? That happens
must be ahead of us, right?
By a long shot.
Yeah.
Because my friend is in Alaska right now, and he's behind us 4 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. I get so confused about that whole thing. Like, okay, when to call, when not to call. Definitely don't call at 7 o'clock in the morning because it's 3 there, and it's probably going to make somebody mad. But yeah, I don't know. It blows my mind, and we come up against the same thing with city politics, state politics, anything. If you are allowed to have, you're allowed to bow to just one view, and boy, if you don't, shit hits the fan. You know, people, the threats start coming out,
yeah.
and the threats are what make me laugh because, how does that make you any better? Like, you're just as big a piece of trash with your threats. And how does that make you any better? But, you know, people believe that they are, though, because it's their way or no way. Yeah.
Do you give two shits if one person's going to stop following you?
No, and I don't even care if 10 or 100 feel they need to do it. I'm sorry that you feel that offended by it, that you're not at all open to any opinion other than your own. I mean, I'm sorry for that. Tomorrow, probably even this afternoon, I'm going to post something that you agree with and that you are in line with and that you really, you know, that works for you, that doesn't work for the people that were screaming from the rooftops this morning for Donald Trump.
Yeah.
I am probably going to post something else this afternoon that's going to piss them off. And so they could do the same thing. They could say, you take that down or I'm out of here. I'm going to unfollow you. And I'm not being like an arrogant bitch about it. I'm being serious. If I lose followers over that, I don't know what to say or do because this is what we do. And so, and I've always shot straight from the hip and said exactly how I feel. That is no secret for anybody. And if it is, shame on you because I like literally have not changed one ounce and probably am not going to. No probably about it. I'm just not going to. It's just who I am. And I can't, you know, I can't help that. But yeah, it's it happened and I thought it was funny. I really did.
I loved it when he said it and then just turned and walked to his helicopter.
Right, like done.
Yeah.
The conversation is over. Done. Yeah. And there was no more commentary about any of it or questions and there was a job to do. Let's figure this out and get it going. I mean, because let's face it, the entire thing is freaking scary. No matter
Very
what
scary.
side of the aisle you're on, it is scary. We could be dead center of a war.
Yep.
Like really quickly. Things can turn around really quickly. I mean, obviously, we had a ceasefire and then boom, we don't, right?
Yeah.
And so it only takes a minute. There's only a couple of buttons that need to be pushed or phone calls that need to be made. And it's frightening. And we know that there will be repercussions even as far as cost goes. They're already talking about, you know, oil and,
Right.
and gasoline and, you know, all of this stuff. There's already this will be felt. The effects of this will be felt no matter what.
It'll be felt a lot bigger than the tariffs, you know, the tariff wars.
Absolutely.
This is big shit. And
It is. And the whole thing is frightening no matter what side of the aisle you are on. It is frightening. Things, you know, nobody who belongs to the, you know, supposed cult, Trump cult, which is the most ludicrous thing I ever heard in my life. Nobody they don't want war any more than anybody else
Right.
does. Nobody wants that to happen. And nobody wants to see their loved ones off fighting, and no one wants to see that happen for our military or anyone.
Right.
I don't care who you are.
Right.
It's not, you know, that isn't what you're begging to have happen
it doesn't
today.
matter who you are, war affects everybody.
Yeah, exactly. So but the commentary and the comments sometimes, it literally cracks me up how they like, certain people want so badly to be respected. They want their rights to be respected. They're always bitching and complaining and pounding that home. Respect me, respect me, respect me. But let me shit all over you. And it's just so hypocritical.
Yeah.
And that's the part that I can't stand. Like, yeah, get out of here then. whatever. If if you want to be that big of a hypocrite, you go right ahead and be that way. It is what it is.
It's not like you're making money because this guy's following you, you know?
No, and that's the thing. I'm not. And if that same person wanted to come in here and do a podcast once a week, twice a week, every day,
Yeah.
welcome.
Yeah.
I've told people these microphones are available to anyone. So come on in here, Dan. Sit down, do a podcast. Do a podcast that is nothing but your political views. Let people follow you. Let people watch you. This microphone is open. These cameras are open for everyone. Mm-hmm. Now, the fact that no one has wanted to come in here and do their own thing, that's not my problem either, or fault either. It's open to everyone. And so if you want, your stuff out there, if you want to do a podcast, I don't care what you want to do a podcast about. You can do it with the Progressive Party and Progressive News if you want to. News, whatever. I don't care. Do it, please. Right. I welcome it.
Yeah, there's several groups that use this space, use this equipment.
Yeah, and not all of us agree.
Right.
But we're adults, and we act like adults, and we get along like adults, and it reminds me of recently there was an incident where somebody got really pissed off because I was in the same space as them for a few minutes, and so I was ignorant. How was I ignorant? I thought we were all adult enough to be in the same space at the same time. I didn't know that wasn't allowed, And so it blows my mind sometimes, the thought of some.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, I don't know. We'll see. It's enough of that, but it was funny, and I posted it. And now I'm teasing my brother-in-law, telling him I'm probably going to have to, share my royalties with him because, if the video is making a few bucks eventually on YouTube or something, that I'll have to share with him, and we get a big kick out of that. But, whatever. It just cracks me up. It really does.
Yeah, I didn't think of that about, when I saw it this morning, and then I tried to go back again, and I couldn't find it again.
Yeah, it was gone.
Yeah.
And it literally wasn't gone because it was gone, and it'll probably go back up when they can beep out him swearing.
Yeah.
And I mean, literally, that's why it's gone, is because he swore, and that's against the rules. You can't do that on TV or radio.
Right.
They would both take it right out of there. Some songs, same thing. The way they're cut and released is far different than what you hear on the radio.
Right.
For the same sort of reasons. But we don't have those reasons here on Facebook. So.
We're freewheeling.
Yeah. Unless people, report
Right.
it over and over and over again because it hurt their feelings. And even that's disgusting too. We talk about free speech, and we talk about, but you want to take it away from someone else just because it didn't suit you.
Yeah.
And that's fucked up. It really is. It really is.
That.
Exactly. You should have recorded that. We did. Forever on YouTube. It's just whatever. So tonight at the Den, first of all, every single day, the Den has lunch. They have really good lunches. So every single day they're serving lunch now, even on Fridays on Prime Rib Day. Tonight is beginner line dancing from 6 to 7, and then at 7 is the karaoke with Smee DJ and karaoke. Always a good time over there on Tuesday nights. Really good food, super cold in there because they've had the ACs cranking. So I think Jeff posted the other day, it was like 60-something degrees in there. I can't remember what it was, 65, 66 degrees in there. Plenty cool. That's plenty cool. So, had it all cooled down in there. They're ready. It's been cranking all day. So, well, for days now.
And it's not bad in here right now.
It's not bad, and mostly because we keep the lights off.
Yeah.
And most of the time, I mean, that section over there is on. These lights in front of me can get a little hot sometimes. It feels it to me. You're sitting a little ways further. You're sitting a ways away, so
Yeah.
probably doesn't get you as bad.
Yeah, but
It's still,
It's
it's
not
not bad in
sweltering.
here. Yeah, it's not bad in here at all. Michael would be whining.
wow.
It's hot in here. Yeah, that's what he says. It's hot in here. Were you watching the other night when he explained what the
No, I
the
was,
unicorn?
in fact, I was just going to ask you.
So
because I was looking at it.
the unicorn he explained. So he explained that this pink unicorn is for his Dungeons and Dragons,
Ah,
and it is a dice roller. Because shaking them in your hand and throwing them on the table.
that doesn't work.
Apparently not. So you take out the owl. You take out this owl right here that's sitting on the. So you take out this owl and you put your dice in there. And you put the owl back and the dice fall down into there. This is a dice roller.
Wow.
Whatever. The cool thing about this dice roller, though, is that one of the people that he plays Dungeons and Dragons with, I believe it's her husband, and maybe it's she and her husband, I'm not sure, but they made this with a 3D printer.
Really?
So they made this for him. Now that is super
Wow.
cool, the
That
fact that
is.
they made this with a 3D printer.
Yeah.
So I said, I wonder if they could make me a foot. We were just, I was talking about how absolutely horribly expensive it was for me to get the inserts for my amputation. It's $1,000 for me, just over it's $990 something after insurance for me to get what I need. And so how cool would it be if they could make me something 3D printed?
Yeah.
Because I have one of the inserts. Why couldn't they copy it, right?
Yeah.
And so I don't know. Michael asked them, and they said that they're willing to look at it and see if they could give it a try.
that'd be
But
cool.
how awesome would that be if they could do that?
Yeah.
I'm falling apart. My microphone is coming off.
Oh boy.
Gotta keep hitting it, and that's probably why people
Don't
can't
drop
hear
the
me.
F-bomb while you're trying to fix it.
I know, but
I know how you can be.
So one, it's super cool that unicorn was made with a
That
3D
is.
printer.
You know what? That's the first thing I've ever seen made by a 3D printer.
Me too. I've always heard of it. I've never seen anything, and so that part of it is super cool to me.
It is.
And the fact that and now I think if they could actually print me an insert, how amazing would that be? Because right now, technically, really, I should get 2 a year. And who can afford?
Does your insurance cover those?
They cover all, but it's like $996 and some change.
Yeah.
So my out of pocket is almost $1,000
Yeah.
twice a year. I can't do that. How does anybody afford to do that?
Yeah.
And believe it or not, some of that is because it is my insurance company feels that it's not medically necessary. So I could just stuff socks in the end of my shoes or something, but I could, but it's dangerous. You can get different. You risk getting a blister
Yeah.
or markings, or
Yeah.
you risk all kinds of other things. But according to the insurance company, it's not medically necessary, nor is my brace that I need to wear. That's really expensive. My insurance company doesn't cover that at all because it's deemed not medically necessary. So yeah, I pay for that out of pocket, and they wear out. You have to get a new one at least once a year,
Yeah.
the brace. So whatever. They know, right? If it's in the book, that's the code. They don't pay for
if
that
they could do
code.
for you, boy, you'd be so far ahead of the game.
I would be. And think of what they could do for so many other people. I mean,
Exactly.
they could actually really change their business.
Mm-hmm.
If they could do that for me, they could do it for many other people, and they could really, it could be a really big deal and mean a lot to so many people.
Yeah.
I mean, in local and where you could go and literally give a mold of your foot. I mean, that's all I ever did at Keene Medical was step into this shoebox with this foam stuff, and
Yeah.
it took an imprint of my foot and of both feet, so that they made the right match the left.
Yep.
And they made the insert, and so these guys could do the same thing, but actually save people probably tons of money,
Yeah.
but still make a profit and make money themselves
Yeah.
for their time and work. I think it's cool. Yeah.
Wow.
So while I still think Michael's a nut job for needing a dice roller, I I have to find. I mean, that's pretty amazing
It
that
is.
they made that. Like,
Well,
just pick up the
at
dice,
least now we
Michael.
know. We
Pick
know
them
what
up.
it is.
Throw them on the table, Michael.
Yeah.
Just shake the dice and throw them on the table. It's easy.
Or you get one of them little dice cups, put it in the cup and.
Yeah, like
Oh,
Yahtzee.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess this is the same sort of thing. It's kind of like Yahtzee, except for that you have to take the unicorn and take out the owl and put your dice in that, and then, yeah. All right, whatever
Hey.
floats his boat.
That's right.
It's Dungeons and Dragons once a week. He's
He's our
down
Michael.
here playing. He's our Michael. That's right. Gotta love him. So, what else is going on? Anything good that
Well,
you can think of?
They get the game tonight. Well, it's another, what we call an exhibition game for the 12 and under District 4 Little League tournament. So they've got a scrimmage exhibition game tonight up at Bond at 6. Then Wednesday they have one at 6 out in Hyde Park. And then they have just practices until July 3rd and the tournament starts. And the games will be at Bond Field in Barrytown.
Yeah, nice. And they're going to be going to Cooperstown
Yes.
in
Yep.
August, I think
In
they
August,
said.
yeah,
In August.
Yeah.
So a lot happening for them.
yeah.
And they do need volunteers. People should really keep track of their Facebook page because
Yeah.
they often will put out a cry for an umpire or, something else that's going on. Maybe help at the concession stand or something. And it's all volunteer stuff.
Yeah, and I think basically that's what they're looking for is concession help, scorebook keeping, pitch count keeping, announcers up in the booth. The umpires have to be patched or whatever you call them.
Yep, yep.
But yeah, and they might need help in the concession area, so.
Yeah, help them out and just keep track of their Facebook page. It's Barry Community Baseball Softball.
Yep.
And so keep track, and I try to share as much as I possibly can. As soon as I catch it, I try to get it out there and share it out. So
Another
check it
hot
out.
day today, pool will be open
Yeah, the pool. Yeah, noon, right? They open at noon.
noon. Yep.
And are they doing swimming lessons this year? I haven't seen anything
I saw
posted yet.
something earlier in the
You did?
spring that they would be posting swimming lessons. And if they don't, they always have swimming lessons up at the fitness place up in Berlin.
Oh yes, yeah.
In fact, I think our former recreation director is teaching classes up
Granite
there.
City Group Fitness, I think is what it's
that
called.
what it is?
Yeah, I think that the old Wedgwood.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
yep. So,
I believe Stephanie's doing swimming lessons up there.
boy, I would have done anything back when I was a kid to have swimming lessons up at the gym because we had them up at the pool, at the pool. But some mornings,
Oh, it's cold.
it was cold.
Oh, yeah.
And we always went to the very first class in the morning because that's what worked with my mom's schedule, her
Yeah.
work schedule. And sometimes, damn it, you didn't want to go
Oh.
to the swim lessons in the morning. I mean, the sun wasn't even really out yet. The dew hadn't burned off. Nothing. It was cold.
Yeah.
You just
I remember
jump in
that.
there.
I remember that
Yeah,
as a kid.
suck it up, Buttercup. Get in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going anyway.
Get right in there, get under the water, and then you won't feel the difference.
Right. Yeah. Well, I always did. So, and that's why probably to this day I don't like to. I do not swim. I can swim enough to save my life. I can, I can tread water for a really long time, and I can swim a little bit. I can swim enough to save my life, but not somebody
That's-
else's.
That's like me.
Yeah, like I could not be in charge of anybody else because, no, I just couldn't. It wouldn't be good. It would be dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if you were in a scuffle and you needed my help, give a holler.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll throw you a rope or
Yeah.
something.
because I'd probably help you, but yeah, swimming. And I know that's why that wasn't my favorite thing because we were cold, wimps,
Yeah.
wimps.
Yeah.
Me especially.
That cold water and we don't like each other.
No, it's not nice. So, but tune in tomorrow. The girls will be here, 5:30. Make sure you come on out to the park. Visit us, 802 Scoop. Come on over to the table. Visit us. Say hi. We will have some giveaways. Certainly not enough for everyone, but we have some giveaways going on tomorrow night while we're there at the park. Listen to Seth and Sophie. We've got the farmers market and food trucks, and the concert. And the farmers market starts at 3:30, and then the food trucks, I believe, start at 4:30.
I think so. Yeah.
And then or maybe not till 5. I have to look at the schedule again.
So who's showing up? I know you said Mose was there last week.
Yep, I don't know, but he's not going to be there every week. He's only there certain times. So I don't know who's there this week. Let me actually look quick at the Berry Partnerships page to see if it says who's going to be there for food trucks. But let's see. So Courier Park, concerts in the park. So the concert starts at 5:30. And that, of course, as we said, is Seth and Sophie. And the Berry Farmers Market is from 3:30 to 6:30. Food trucks, 4 to 7. And bring your appetite. Let's see. I don't see who's coming
Yeah, I don't know if
for
she lists them
foods
per each
this week. But, it's a good time.
It's a good time. Yeah.
It's a good time. Come on out. It'll be nice to all get together and listen to some great music. And if you do come down, make sure you come over and say hey. Yeah. So check that out. And then Thursday, Jeff and I will be back with you for Table Talk at noon. And some other stuff that's going on that I will continue to post. So.
Yeah, and if anybody out there has some ideas they want us to talk about, just
Yes.
throw it at us.
Yeah. And if you would like to come in
Yeah.
and sit and talk with
I
us.
like having visitors.
Yeah, the couch is always open, and we've got another chair that's as comfy as the one that Jeff is in.
Yep.
And because they are comfy, aren't they?
So last week we had visitors both days.
Yeah, yeah. And we love that.
Yeah.
We love that. So come on in, join us. Let us know if you want to join us. Let us know if there's something that you want us to check out for you or talk about. If you know of an upcoming event that you would like us to announce or discuss here, or invite those having the event here in the studio, let us know.
In the next few weeks, maybe we should have Tracy come in and talk about the upcoming
Heritage Festival. That would be great. That would be great. Sounds good to me.
Mary's biggest event.
Yeah. And I'm just now getting a message from another one of our amazing sponsors. I'm getting a message from Val over at Yipes to let me know that my order is done. And she is always like right on it. That girl, she's always busy, busy, busy. And they do some really awesome work there. So, yeah. We good?
One of my relatives.
One of your relatives.
I got relatives all over the place.
You admit it, but I don't know if she does.
Val, bail me out here.
So take care, everyone. Stay cool. Check on your neighbors, and We will see you on tomorrow
Thursday.
night
Tomorrow night at the park.
at the park and
Thursday here.
Thursday here. Take care. Have a great day.